Whenever I tell people that I work as a senior technical project manager, I usually get one of these responses. You manage meeting, you manage a team of developers, but trust me guys, neither of those answers are correct. Yes, I do manage meetings. I manage a team of developers. But if that's all a technical project manager profile did, companies would not have invested on this profile. How do we get dozen of people with different priority to work together to achieve a single goal, right? So the technical project manager profile is there to solve the bigger problem in the enterprise projects. So today I'm going to explain you what technical project manager profile really does, not from textbook, but from my real experience. Hi everyone, I'm Deepak Panchal. Welcome to Delivery Decode. On this channel, I simplify enterprise project, AI, leadership, project management using lesson learned from real IT projects. So if you're an aspiring project manager, technical project manager, scrum master, business analyst, or somebody who is interested to know about enterprise delivery, then this channel is for you. Why this role exists? Instead of giving you guys a definition, let me explain this to you by using a real life IT scenario, right? So imagine there is a large organization who want to put a solution in place for their reporting platform. Because right now, there are different business units who prepare their reports in a different way, right? Some use Excel, some use legacy system, some rely on external system, some spend months, weeks and hours to collect data manually, right? So now imagine the team involved in this project to make it happen, right? There are business stakeholder, solution architect, development team, QA team, infra team, executives, right? So business stakeholder will define what they need. Solution architect will create the solution, right? And development team will develop the code. QA team will test the solution. Infrastructure team will create the underlying infrastructure, right? A network team will make sure that it is compliant with their network policies, right? So executive team member need update on weekly basis, monthly basis, right? So that's where a technical project manager profile comes into the picture. Who can align everybody to achieve the same goal, right? Technical project manager doesn't build everything by himself, but technical project manager profile is something that will move everybody to achieve the same goal. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about the technical project manager profile is that people think they only manage timeline. Yes, they do manage timeline, but that is just one part of the role, right? So I would like to describe technical project managers as a CEO of the project, not just because they are boss of everyone, but technical project manager is the responsible person who need to make sure that every moving part work together, right? Suppose if there's a delay in a single team, so that can impact other 3 teams as well. If there is one requirement that is missed today, that can become an expensive production issue tomorrow, right? So he need to find that balance where he can, make sure that he's managing every moving part to achieve the same goal, right? So as a technical project manager, you should ask these questions very frequently, right? Have we understood the business problem? Are we involving the right stakeholder, right? Are there any risks which can impact the project, right? Are we making decisions on time? What does a TPM actually do? So I usually divide my responsibility into 6 areas. The first one is understanding business problem. So the very first question that I would ask from business is that why we are building this solution, right? Because technology is one of the solution, but the real challenge is solving the business problem, right? So just take an example, this large organization who want to put a reporting solution in place, right? So my first question would be why you are building this reporting platform, right? What business problem you are trying to solve here? So if I understood that, it will be easy for me to drive that project. The second responsibility is to understand enough technology. I don't write code, but I need to know enough technology in order to have meaningful conversation with my solution architect, development team, infrastructure team, business stakeholder, QA team, right? So if I don't understand the technology, I don't think so as a TPM I would be able to take the informed decisions. The third responsibility is to build a right plan. So building a project plan is not about creating schedules. So right project plan includes timeline, scope, budget, risks, dependencies, success criteria, governance, communication, stakeholder management, and much more things, right? So planning is all about reducing the uncertainty before execution begins. Fourth responsibility is stakeholder management. This is where I spend significant portion of my time. So different stakeholder got different expectation. Business stakeholder only care about business outcome, right? Development team focus on implementation. Executive team focus on value, timeline, scope, budget, right? And my job is to align everyone, right? Just let's understand this with an example. We have this company who want to put a reporting solution in place. So we have more than 10 business unit in this company, right? So imagine we have different stakeholder from this 10 different business units. So it could be 10 groups, right, from these 10 business units. So now we need to understand their requirement, and once those requirements are captured, documented, then those requirements needs to be understood by the solution architect and dev team. Solution architect will create design and architecture, then that design and architecture needs to be understood by the dev team in order for them to create the solution. Then that solution will be tested by QA team, right? So you can imagine the expectation from the business stakeholder needs to be understood by everybody, right? Solution architect, dev team, QA, right? So that the expectation can be met. And in order to meet the expectation, you need to collaborate and communicate in a way that everyone works toward achieving those expectations, right? So you can imagine 10 a group of business stakeholder, dev team, solution architect, QA team. A lot of communication and coordination will go to achieve the project goal, right? And that's where a technical project manager spend a lot of time to communicate, coordinate, managing expectation of stakeholders, and that's why we call it stakeholder management. So the fifth responsibility is risk management. Every enterprise project has risks. So the difference between successful and unsuccessful project is not the absence of risks, it is identifying them early. Let's understand this with an example. So we have this project, right, where this leadership want us to put a solution in place for the reporting need. Suppose we are dependent on one vendor to provide us API for the integration, right? And suppose that API is get delayed. So if that API is get delayed, then the development will get delayed, right? In development get delayed, then testing will get delayed. So one risk can impact the project, right? It can impact the project timeline. So that's why TPMs are there to identify these risks early before they become issues. Sixth responsibility is deliver business value. At the end of the day, nobody celebrates the project success just because the project schedule look beautiful. Everyone celebrate the project success because the solution we created has resolved the problem, right? So the successful projects are those who add value. People often ask me, what does your day looks like? Right? So like like every day is different, right? So I usually start my day with reading emails, right? Because if there is any important email that I need to look at, right? And then after acknowledging all the emails, I look at the project health and then look at the project schedule to find out if there is any upcoming milestone that needs to be taken care of. Then I check the rate log to find out if there is any open risk and open issue that is hindering the project, right? And throughout the day I meet stakeholders making decision, resolving problems for the team, right? And making sure that the project is on track, right? Some days are smooth and some days are like you are resolving 10 different puzzles at the same time, and that's why this role is interesting. Today AI is changing how technical project manager works. Instead of spending hours creating meeting notes, you can feed the transcript of the meeting to AI and it can summarize pretty easily, right? Instead of creating the document from scratch, you can utilize AI by giving it a prompt that what kind of document you need, right? And what kind of sections you need in the document, right? And instead of creating action items manually, AI can help you generate your action items, right? So in my opinion, AI will not replace the technical project managers, but yes, it will replace the technical project managers who are not learning AI. If you remember only three things from this video, then remember these. First, the technical project manager is much more than someone who manages meetings. Second, successful project is not about managing tasks. It is about aligning people, technology, and project goals. Third, a successful technical project manager just don't deliver the project, they deliver values. If you found this video useful, I would love to hear from you. What do you think is the biggest misconception about the technical project manager? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're interested in the enterprise delivery, AI leadership, and real world project management, consider subscribing this channel, Delivery Decode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.